Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. Hi, Bumblebee. You are actually here. Glad to see you, or, you know, see you. You're the first one here, too. Ah, yes, this is possibly. Uh, there's Yvonne and Jane. Hi. This, I believe, has taken over as my worst week ever on reselling. It's so strange for fourth quarter. It used to be the opposite. But things have changed a lot. Not only with how much I'm doing on how much I'm doing on eBay. That has a lot to do with it, but also how people are buying, Riri, there she is. Hi, Riri. Riri, you just missed the mailman when you Riri bought something with one of the few things I sold this past week. Riri bought, and I'll show you what it is. But it was right after the mail person came, and the mailman came early. Wouldn't you know it? So it'll go out tomorrow. Hi, Fly Moves. How are you? Yeah, I've been doing a whole lot of painting. I'm painting little Christmas cards to put in my kids' gifts. And yeah, they're already in the envelope, so I can't show you which ones I put in there. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of painting, having fun with it. Yeah. So yeah, I have sold nothing on Poshmark, so it's been really slow. But I see, just as I came in here, I got a notice that it's I can go on and have a sale. What is that? Closet clear out. It's closet clear out today on Poshmark, and yeah, so I may do that right after I get off of here. Hi, Karen. Yes, it's my few sales, which is only 4 sales all week. 4 sales has been eBay. Yeah, hi. I'm glad everybody joined in. This probably won't be very long. It is sunny today, but it's still real chilly. And tomorrow it's going to be cloudy, but hopefully I can get out and go to Hobby Lobby. There's something I have to get there. Priscilla. It picked up last year in January. Well, let's hope so. It can't get much worse than this for me. I thought for a while I wasn't going to have any sales all week. It was going to be a record breaker. Yeah, it's so strange. Bumblebee, my eyes are horrible too. I have got to go get better glasses. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I have a newer pair of glasses, a new prescription. It's worse than this prescription. This was two prescriptions ago, and I can see better with these glasses than I can with the brand new prescription that I got last year. But I have to go get my eyes examined again. Yeah, I always keep a magnifying glass around for me. So let me share my screen and show you the 4 things I sold and the my big proceeds from it. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Show you my sad little graph with all the no sales here, and then one at the end there. So, yeah, very sad. And this number down here isn't correct because I sold one more. They start their week from Saturday to, I don't know what they start their week. It's different. Mine's moved forward once, so, or backwards one. Mine goes from Sunday to Saturday. So it's a little different, but the ending graph or the ending numbers will be correct. So let me show you the first thing I sold, and this was back last Sunday. It was the first thing I sold. A good start on Sunday. I sold one thing. At least it was something. It was a polo Ralph Lauren knit top, women's large. It was black stripe on gray. Had a gray pony for polo. And it sold for a best offer of $12. The next thing I sold wasn't till yesterday. I guess that's the 20th. The next 3, the only 3, I sold all yesterday. So this is a Torrid size 0 Harper pullover blouse, new with tags. It's a lavender, had roll tab sleeves, and I believe that Samantha gave this to me. She gave me 3 of the same blouses, and they were different colors. She liked the way they look. I don't think she tried them on before she bought them, and then she didn't like how they hung on her. So I think I've sold all 3 now. So yeah, so this sold for, I let it go for $11 because I paid 0 for it from Samantha. That was the best offer. And this is the sale I got from Riri. It's a black New King James Version of the Bible. It's a faux leather cover and has the words of Christ in red in the New Testament. And this was an offer I sent to her for $9. And this also sold yesterday. Thank you, Ruby. Passing the word on, that is what we're supposed to do. And this is the last thing I sold yesterday. This is a Michael Kors pullover blouse. I had sold this before, and then it was a return. This is missing one stud. These are little gold studs here. And it was missing one right there. But it tells about it in the listing. So it shouldn't have been a surprise. It wasn't that it was damaged that it came back. It was a non-fit. no fit thing. So anyway, that is my whole sales of the whole week, those 4 items. So let me show you these numbers. This is from the 14th to the 20th. Total sales, all on eBay, $67.81. Selling costs were high, $37.68. I made a net amount of $27.31. Average sales, $16.95, which is low. I usually have a average selling price on eBay of about, I don't know, $23, $24. But not this week, because I think they were all best offers or offers I sent out. So let me come back here. I don't have to tell you about Poshmark because I didn't sell anything on Poshmark. So my total amount that went to my bank was $27.31. Yeah. So, Rosemary, hi. You're from Canada. Are you on my list? Let me see here. I can't remember if I had a Rosemary. I have a Rose, but not from Canada. Aha, I don't see you on here. I have somebody else from Canada, but it's not you. So let me put your name here. Rosemary, M400 in Canada. Okay. Yes, welcome. Glad to see you. Yeah, you're on one of my shorter live videos because I hardly sold anything this past week. I've been selling on eBay for well over 10 years. This is the worst week I've ever had. So, yeah, it's kind of depressing if you let it be, but I don't know. When I have periods like almost all week without sales, I sort of get used to that. And I'm able to do a lot of other things. So, since I'm not going out thrifting anymore, I'm trying to reduce my inventory, is the reason I'm not thrifting. And it still isn't below 2,000. So that's what I'm working for. I want my inventory to be under 2,000. It sort of goes up and down when I take things off. Sometimes I'll take things off and put it that they didn't sell, and then I will re-add them in a few days. And that's the sell similar thing that you do. You end things and then sell similar. It's supposed to sort of boost your sales a little bit. I don't know if it does or not. You've noticed eBay costs have been exceptionally high. Any thoughts? Not the beginning of the month. My eBay, I know. I've noticed that too. I don't know that. It's not the store because I looked. It's not this that they. No, it's not the beginning of the month. So it's not the store cost. Unless they're old, I have to look at what's sold at. If somehow the promoted listings got changed from the 2% or 3% I'm doing to a higher amount, that wouldn't be very nice. I do have some listed in a higher amount that I find them every once in a while, and There are things that I never got to change. But if I ever see any when I'm doing this sell similar, when I end things, I look at the listings and make sure that they're not uh, like at one time I was trying everything. I was trying putting like I don't know 8, 10, 12% on the promoted listings. I was doing what they said to put on. Well, I only did that for a week or two. Uh, then everybody that was all the resellers were saying no, they don't. They do the 2% if they do any. So I stopped doing that. Yeah, I don't know about the list why the costs are so high. It doesn't really give you an answer. Uh, I think it charges you for the label. It charges me for the label I bought, but I can't see where it's giving me back the amount. eBay's numbers are so hard to figure out. I just wonder if they do that on purpose or not. Uh, but if I look it up, it tells me the amount that the item was for sale. It, it doesn't, I'm sure someplace in the listing, it tells you what the person actually bought it for. And then it charges you for the label, but I can't see where it's giving me back the money that the customer paid for the label. So the label costs seem to be really high. Yeah. There's a couple people that are big time sellers that will go on and look at your listings, you know, for a price, of course. Uh, and they could probably look at the numbers. I don't know if they get to look at the numbers though. Okay, Priscilla says, Shirley, since you are not listing in new items, try deleting and relisting at least 10 items a day so the algorithm sees that you are active. Yeah, I've been doing 5 every once in a while. That's probably not enough. Uh, Rosie says, I notice if I run a sale on eBay and offer a coupon, you get more sales. Instead of the sales, I tried coupons for a while and they weren't working for me as good as sales. Oh, so you offer both a 10% off sale and a 10% coupon. Oh, okay. I could try that. This past week, I've had a 15% off coupon, and I believe this next week, because it's Christmas week, I'm going to have a 20 or 25% off, a bigger amount. So, starting in the new year, I'll have a lesser sale amount and a coupon, both. I'll try that. Thank you, Rosie. Priscilla, when I delete or end an listing, I do a sell similar. I don't just relist because if you do a sell similar, it gives it an entirely new number. And it's supposed to look new to the algorithm. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that's what they always said in the past. But I'll have to do it more often and more, bigger amounts. Thank you for that suggestion. Well, I'm about ready, I think, for Christmas. I have to bake some cookies yet, and I don't want to bake my chocolate chip cookies until the morning of Christmas Eve because they are the best the day you bake them. After that, they get harder. They're just better the day you bake them. So I'm going to make them Christmas Eve morning since everybody comes over here on Christmas Eve for dinner. And yeah, I'm not putting up a tree this year. I don't have any room because my painting table is where my tree used to go. So I put a little table tree on the end of my painting table. It's just a little, it's about this high. And there's lights, twinkle lights on it, and then a candle light at the base. I have those little tea lights, the candle lights, the little battery ones, all over the place, like candles that I light at night. My mantle is all decorated with lights. And I just bought a box, well, a couple days ago, a box of six or eight strings of those little fairy lights. And I've been stringing them all over everything. They are nice and bright. Around any wreaths that's hanging. I'm on the dining room window. And yeah, they're fun. I'm on the thing that's hanging over the window in my kitchen. So I'm going to be twinkling anyway, even though I don't have a tree. I don't think anybody will care, to tell you the truth, because we're all going to be playing with the puppy. My son has a brand new puppy, a Weimaraner, and it'll be 12, I don't know, someplace between 10 and 12 weeks old when on Christmas Eve. About how many items do I have per tub? Oh dear. It depends on, if it's a bunch of sweaters, heavy things, or if it's little silk blouses. I'd have to go and sort of count and, take a average. It's funny how some of my tubs, when I sell something, it seems to be out of the same ones. And it's not by the time, how long ago I put it in there, because I keep refilling the tubs as I was, when I used to thrift and, be putting things in there. My best guess, well, let me see. I can see through this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 15 or 16. That's just this one. Let's say 15. Are you going to ask me how many tubs I have? I don't know that either. Did I tell you that before? Did we discuss this before, how many tubs I had? Because I have both tubs and then I have those banker boxes up there. see on the top. And then in the other room, in that room, I have more bins. See, if it's jeans, there probably isn't as many jeans as there is in the non-jean bins. Just say 15, because I'm sure there's ones with more than that. Yeah. Because I did, if you're thinking of putting them together, there is a way I can do that, because I can mark the bin as being both numbers, both letters, and reduce, but none of my bins are down that low yet that I can do that, because I have thought of that. Yeah. So that is what I've done this past week. Just pretty sad. I just dropped all my little sticky notes all over the floor. Wait a minute. At least there was only 4 of them. 2, 3. Yeah. I was thinking you're down over 1,000 items since you started reducing. Yes, that's true. It took me how long? That comes to 66 boxes. I have to count afterwards and see if you're close, if I'm close to that. It seems like a lot, doesn't it? Because each rack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8 on each rack. 1, 2, 3 times 8. And then all these banker boxes, and I have how many racks? Did we ever discuss that? Remember? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. The trouble is they're not all on the racks. A lot of them are like on the floor, stacked up. I'll count the bins afterwards and get back to you and tell you really how many. Might be worth it to combine with Samantha's help. Yeah. Yeah, it would give me a little more room. But I'd have to be able to get one whole bin in another bin. I couldn't do half a bin. I'd have to be changing numbers on each item and changing them in online. That would be too much. It would have to be the whole box. You would be able to remove 66 bins or a substantial amount. Yeah, eBay tells me, but my number, like I said, goes up and down a little bit because I end listings and then they stay in not sold. And then that doesn't count on your active listings. And then when I put them back as new listings, they go back on again. So it goes up and down a little bit, not that much. Maybe some days by 5. If I do 10, it'll go up and down by, I usually take off, say, 20 items, and then I put back 5 at a time. There's no rhyme or reason why I do things. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh. Yeah, as when you sell similar, now I'm just thinking about this. When you end the item, it takes it off to the inventory number. And then if I come back and sell similar, well, no, it'd be the same amount of items. It would just count as new instead of, it'd be the same amount though. Okay, Bumblebee. Well, I told you, I think Thursday, that it got real cold. I immediately made a big pot of chicken soup again. Me and the dog are sharing it. I put it over her food, big ladle full. And it's just delicious. This is one of the best chicken soups I've made. Now, I don't know why it should taste any different than any other I make. I make them the same way. I didn't put any noodles in this one. This is just, I put sweet potatoes in this one. So I didn't put noodles at all. This is just sweet potatoes, carrots, celery, just boiling. I didn't make it in the crock pot. I boiled it on the stove and used water and then a container of chicken stock. It's really good. I'm only baking 2 batches of cookies because I don't want, there's my 2 grandkids, my 2 children, and me. I mean, there won't be that, and my daughter, 6 of us. So I don't want a whole bunch of cookies left. I try to send them home when I remember with my daughter. She needs energy. She works in the factory. But I don't know if I'll remember anything on Christmas Eve because the puppy's going to be here. Yeah. My son says he's crazy at home now because it's a girl, because she's made herself at home now. But he says that when she comes out here, she may be real shy. So we'll see. Yes, sweet potatoes are so good for you. And they're one of the things, if you make your own dog food, they're one of the things for sure you should put in the dog food is sweet potatoes. So that's why I put them in, except they get real mushy when you're boiling, them and keep heating them up with the chicken soup. They get kind of mushy, but it's still good. Yeah, I like it better than the just white potatoes. They are softer though. It doesn't seem so when you're cutting them in pieces, but so that is all I have for you today. I will hopefully I'll try the doing more relisting or selling similar, see if that works. And trying the coupon. I may wait till after Christmas with that because I really plan on putting a big sale on for this Christmas week. So we'll see. So everybody have a wonderful Christmas. Rejoice. Jesus was born to come and save us. And yes, the preacher I listened to online from Virginia, it's Cornerstone Chapel, and it's Pastor Gary Hambrick. And today's was wonderful. If you want to hear the Christmas story and all different things about it, go listen. Cornerstone Chapel in Virginia. So Merry Christmas, everyone. And I will be back maybe with some things I sold. Yes, I will try to stay warm. My car is plugged in. My hood is up. My car is plugged in, the battery. So every time I go someplace, which isn't much, but I want to go someplace tomorrow, I have to unplug it from the wall, unclamp it, close the hood before I can go anywhere. So hopefully the weather will be okay enough for me to go get to Hobby Lobby. So I will see you. Well, let's see. Tuesday. When is Christmas? Isn't it Wednesday? No, that's Christmas Eve. Thursday's Christmas, so I will not be doing my Christmas get together because I'll be having company. Hopefully they'll still be here at that time. So I'll see you when I see you. It'll be after Christmas, hopefully before the new year. So be good, everybody. God bless you all. Merry Christmas. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.